Welcome, everyone, to this late night edition of Talented Universe. And I am going to switch the screens now and put our special guest where he belongs, which is overseeing what we're doing. So there we go. And before I introduce our guest today, Marcia, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. And yes, it's late on the East Coast. I'm not so sure it's as late where other people are, but yeah.
No,
Yeah,
just you and me, Marcia. I think that's it.
that's right. We're the late birds
We're the
tonight.
late ones, yes. Liz, how are you? I was trying to make some Christmas reference that it didn't work. How are things going, Liz?
Well, and following with your Christmas theme, you know I'm going cuckoo crazy for Christmas. I think I've watched 4 Christmas movies so far today. Instead
Oh,
of
that's
doing the
it?
work that I should, yeah, it was a slow day.
I
But
guess, yeah.
it's only 8 o'clock out here on the West Coast, so I have a
You have a few more hours to get
Yeah.
one more, two more. Okay, well then you're doing okay then. But on that note, I would like to welcome our special guest, Logan Tomanek. How are you
Hello.
doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great, and we are ready to roll.
Amazing.
Now, since I forgot to kind of ask this to our last guest, I'm going to ask it first so I get it out of the way. When you did your first vertical, how did you explain it to your friends, family that kind of gave you a blank look and didn't know what you were talking about?
Oh man,
Or do you still do that?
I still kind of explain it poorly. I feel I kind of go about it as it's a soap opera for your phone is what I've narrowed it down to. Is that it's a soap opera for your phone and it's condensed and you can scroll and come back to it. And a lot of the time people are like, okay, sure. And then I'm like, have you ever seen those like movie type things? They're big, lots of cuts on like Instagram or TikTok, and they're like, yes. And I'm like, that's
what it is. Yeah.
That's what it is. And they're like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, well, and that's good. That's good. Now, before I'll steal one of the other people's questions before I go to them. But what was your first vertical that you did, and was it the first one released?
I don't believe it was the first one released. The first vertical I did was called The Homeless Heiress. And I don't think it was released first. I think the first one that was released, I believe after Divorced, My Ex-Husband Begs to Remarry, which was the second one I did. That one was released before
the other one.
Yeah. So
yeah, that happens a lot in verticals. We've noticed that. Some are faster than some are really fast.
I still have one that's not released yet. It's somewhere in the editing room. So one day it'll come out.
It'll pop out. It'll come out. Well, yeah. I am going to swing over to Liz right now and see what she has in store for you.
Well, you did steal one of my questions, Michael, which was the homeless heiress. But going on that,
you can go on it again. You know.
No, I know I will. But let's revert back to the beginning with all of this. You were kind of a jock with a lot of other things, and later on, I actually have a question for you regarding golfing and who you think is probably the greatest of all time. But we will get into that later, so you can think on that.
Yeah.
But you getting into music and theater and acting and everything, you kind of did that through high school and then into college. But didn't your mother kind of help push you into this a little bit, as well as? Yeah.
Yes, greatly. She. Oh man, what's like the first instance of her? I remember when I was young, like in elementary school, I want to say, she would, well, I started dancing in elementary school, which she put me in. and she would take me to. She was a dance teacher as well, and she taught dance at her high school. So, and they had drama shows. So I would go, and she would take me to those, and I'd watch. And but the first instance of me like doing something that was specifically acting that I can remember is she threw me in like a theater summer camp. For 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and that was the first time I can like distinctly remember acting, for like that was the main purpose of what I was doing for the first time. And she threw me. I think my sister was in it too. I don't remember. I blocked that out, but I was definitely there. My first memory of being in a theater acting space.
It must have been kind of overwhelming for you at first and kind of a bit of an awe too, to see what, future possibilities could be. But later on you go through and you go into college, and I know that acting was not your first idea for college. You were actually going to be a teacher, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, yeah. I really wanted to
What
be a phys ed
what made
teacher.
that jump?
Well, like you said, I did theater throughout all of high school, and musical theater throughout all of high school, and I was taking film classes as well for film acting when I was in high school, which is why I actually have a few friends out here from those classes. So we all kind of amalgamated to the west from Manitoba. But yeah, so I went to university to be a teacher, and I wanted to be a gym teacher, but my major was actually in theater and film, because I was a bad student and not good at sciences. So even though I wanted to be a gym teacher, I was just not good at that. So I took more theater and film classes, which I loved. I adored the professors I had, and I learned so much acting wise, and about myself as well. And so the jump from that wasn't too terribly distant into film acting and leaving university to pursue that. But I feel like in university, I definitely thought about that as a possibility more, as opposed to just teaching or trying to be a golfer.
Okay. And I know a little bit as you progress through this, you actually started kind of teaching a lot of younger kids and stuff, a lot of acting principles and things. So teaching that and teaching them how we growing up have come to know film and acting and, your marks and certain things. What did you feel when you first got into your first vertical and everything was so close knit framed? It was filmed, vertically instead of horizontally. It had to have been a complete brain spin.
I was confused. I genuinely, I walked on the set. I'm like, what are we doing here? What's going on? And at first I was really worried. I was worried, I guess, at how it would look, but I had an opportunity to go behind and look at the monitor and see, and the crew that I was working with was very professional. We were working with a lot of professional equipment, and I'd been on set previously to being on a vertical, and the atmosphere still felt like, once we were actually rolling in it, doing rehearsals and whatnot, it just felt normal.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I saw what it looked like on a monitor, even though it was this, it looked good, and I was like, okay, the nerves settled, the confusion kind of went away, and I was like, I get it, I get what this medium is, and I can vibe with it.
Now you basically got into this medium about a year ago, didn't you?
Yeah, it'll be a year. What's the date today? It'll be a year in like 2 weeks. I did my first.
Wow.
Vertical.
And you've already pumped out, what is it, 12, 13 verticals in that amount of time?
I think 12. Yeah, I think from about February to the beginning of August, end of July, I did 10.
Wow.
I was moving.
I bet you were. Because I know a lot of them are filmed more in Vancouver, and you kind of are, in Winnipeg, where you're right there square in the middle, between Toronto and Vancouver. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
Which direction do I go? So it's like, okay, might as well go to the Hollywood North, which is kind of what Vancouver has been kind of classified as. So, yeah.
That's why I live here now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've spent more time in this province than anywhere else. It feels like this year. I
Wow.
think actually
That's
I've spent more time here.
that's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Marcia, I'm going to throw it to you for a little bit, but I have a lot more questions for Logan coming up.
No kidding. Yes, Liz digs deep. Hi,
So do you.
Logan.
Hi.
Yeah. One of the first verticals that I watched of yours was Sleeping Beauty and Three Brothers, which um, which I understand now has been made in various attempts at different ways to tell the story. Yet we've had Kirby Elwood on the show,
Ah,
and
amazing.
it's playing a blind character had to be an interesting challenge for you. So how did you approach that, playing a blind character? Was this your first time playing a blind character?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I feel like it doesn't come up a lot. So yeah, it's definitely when I was approached with the role and I read that, I was like, okay, um, this will be a challenge for sure. And obviously about halfway through the vertical, I get my sight back.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it becomes a bit more easier to navigate throughout sets and a bit more normal in that way. But the first half, yeah, I'm blind. So I have to act that way. And it's definitely different. I've mentioned before I watched a lot of Daredevil to kind of watch Charlie Cox just move in the space. And not in the parts where he's like fighting and whatnot, because obviously it's perceived as he's not blind. But when he's just like talking with characters, I just watched it. I was like, what does it look like? How does he move? How is he seeing, quote unquote? So I wanted to try to copy that and emulate it if I could. And I felt I did an all right job.
Mm-hmm. When you're talking with someone, because you have two brothers that you interact with a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and did they help you at all in that part of your role as being blind and having to chat with your brothers and interact?
Yes. Them and Kirby were all very helpful
Mm-hmm.
in the sense that like there was a lot of physical cues
Yeah.
for me. And I mean, obviously I had those thick glasses, but I was able to see everything also, which was very helpful. So
Mm-hmm.
if I needed to have a cue of someone walking away or coming into a room or doing something, I could technically still see them, which was nice in case someone forgot to do something or it was really subtle and I was like, oh, I need to act now. But yeah, Noah and Fraser and Kirby were all great at just like little taps here and there, just getting me involved.
In watching that film, at first, the end happens, the happy ending happens very quickly at the end. So at first I thought, are they going to leave us here and then do a sequel?
From what I'm aware of, I haven't heard anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard, yes, there was a lot of that mindset when it finished of like, what's happening now? What's going on? Where are we going with this? And I was like, I'm just as curious as you are.
Yeah. I think that it could hinge on fan response and, of course, money, but it turned out to be a sweet story. And since there were younger versions of all of you also in the film, did you interact with your younger version of yourself as well? Offset?
A couple times. It was very quick. They were all so lovely to work with. They're super professional. And at times I was catching myself. I'm like, I gotta be like them. But there wasn't a ton of interaction because they would come in and they would do their block, and in that block we would try to get it done quick. And then as soon as they were done, they were basically out of there. So not really hanging around too much. And if they were ever hanging around, we were most likely getting those scenes out. But on occasion we would, chat with them, and they were great kids. They worked really hard, and they were wonderful to work with and super professional. So they were great.
Yeah. And I love the when you do different roles. So your Sleeping Beauty and the Three Brothers was totally different from your Christmas movie, Christmas in Midnight Clear.
Yes.
Where you played the nephew of the pastor, and you at first you weren't really sure whether you want. One thing I noticed, you were always eating. You were eating a lot.
Oh my goodness. In part, that first day I ate, I would guess like half a box of Fruit Loops. Like it was first thing I did, and I had a scene, the first scene I did, and I had some tricky lines, and I was fumbling a little bit, and during that scene I just had to keep eating Fruit Loops. And so I eat a lot of Fruit Loops, and the next scene they're like, "Okay, we're gonna have you eating again," and I'm like, "Perfect, sounds good. What am I eating?"
Mad at that.
No, and I'm like, "Anything different?" And they're like, "No, just more Fruit Loops." So add more Fruit Loops, kept on eating. Yeah, no complaints, none at all.
Now, did you like Fruit Loops before?
Oh yeah. So when I saw them, I'm like, this is a great day.
And then well, of course, at the end, eventually you kind of accept your role as possibly working in the family business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of that moment at the end where he sees like the town coming together and the power of community, and he's like, this could, I could get with this.
One thing is about Christmas movies like that, the lighting of the tree and that whole, does that feel emotional for you on a personal level when in scenes like that as well? Or is it strictly?
I get hit with nostalgia, I think, whenever I see just a tree being lit up. Because in my house we always had a real tree, and we would always spend a weekend sometime decorating the tree. We had everybody in our family had like sectioned ornaments for like that were ours. So we would put them on, we'd wrap the lights. I'd help my mom put like garland up, and then you turn it on, they all light up at once, and you're just like, yeah, it's Christmas time now. Like that's what it is. It's just Christmas. No matter, it could be December 1st. It's Christmas. For the next 25 days, it's Christmas. So seeing that, I was like, even though it was the middle of August and 25 degrees outside, I was like, yeah, you know what? I think it's Christmas time.
You were feeling the Christmas spirit.
I was feeling the joy. Yeah. It was.
When you were growing up, did you have a couple of your favorite Christmas ornaments that you like to put on the tree?
I did. I had this. What were some cool ones? I had this one. It's one of the. I was a big fan of the Wiggles when I was a kid.
The Wiggles.
I had this Wiggles ornament.
Yeah.
But one year our tree like fell in the middle of the night, and I can't remember his name, but the purple Wiggle got decapitated. And so we had to hot glue gun his head back on, but he's fine now. And that was the only casualty amongst my ornaments that I had, but we brought him back.
Okay. Michael, did you want to take it?
Yeah, we'll go to Liz back again. Okay. I know she's got a whole bunch of fun stuff.
Oh, I do, but Marcia swiped my Christmas stuff.
Let me ask another question.
She did mine too then.
Yeah. Um, Everybody knows on here that I'm a huge, huge Christmas fanatic. No joke. On October
Hmm.
28th, I start watching, and I have 4 DVRs of 1,000 hours apiece, and all of them are jam packed every year, constantly with them. And most of the stuff is older, but a lot of the stuff is each new thing that comes out. And I have to say, I have seen Christmas at Midnight, Claire, 7 times so far. Sorry to say. And your character, Tommy, is exactly like my nephew. Will not stop eating. Every time I turned around, I'm seeing you shoveling that food. I'm like, oh my God, that's my nephew. No difference. You nailed that part.
Oh,
But
well, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad that he's relatable.
yeah, he is very relatable. But, kind of on a different note, you've done some modeling as well, between your acting and everything else. Do you think that there's a natural bridge between acting to modeling? I mean, when you're a model, you're kind of out there being your own leading, character, your own superstar. So you think that kind of helps you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When you're especially runway, I find, and you get that moment and it's just you and all the lights are on you. I oh man, I love the attention. You kidding me? Whole room full of people just watching you in that moment, and you're posing and you're strutting your stuff and you're looking good. You're just like, yeah, it's all about me right now. And
Oh
I
yeah,
think I think that's just like, and playing with the crowd, it's just so easy to slip into as from doing acting, because it's just playing. And I find especially theater really helped that, because I'm just like, it's my moment. All right, everybody's
yeah,
watching me. So yeah, I
exactly.
think I think that bridge is really easy to get.
Um, a couple of things. I have heard here and there that not only are you a huge sci-fi fan, but other things, you happen to be a fan of an author and a series that I'm also a fan of. And I'm wondering if you would ever consider, with Pierce Brown's Red Rising, if you would ever consider playing certain roles. I'm thinking you would be great for Savro. I think you'd be awesome with that.
Oh,
And I've heard rumors
that's
they are making it into a series. I've heard this trickling down for a while now.
I've heard that as well, and I have been formulating an email to Pierce in my notes app, um, about how I want to message him and say, please give me a chance.
Oh, you
Um,
should. You've got this
but
credit behind you now, so yeah.
that's thank you so much. That's so kind. Severo is a howler I would want to play for sure. If I had blonde hair, I'd want to play Cassius really badly too. But I just that's no, you don't see it.
No, not
But
just. I can't visualize that, but yeah.
Severo, I
So
could get behind. That guy's crazy, and I would just love. I'd love to play him. He's so layered. Ah,
yeah, and there's so much that you could do with him as well. You just said it. He's layered. There's so much, different things that you could do with him and the character.
yeah.
So
I'm happy you're a fan. That's wait. I have something to show you. Then I
okay.
got I got the. I went out and I got the special edition
Oh, you
kind
didn't.
of.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay, you haven't even broke the binding on that yet.
I know. Keep it like this. I'm,
Oh,
I'm I haven't decided what I want to do with it yet, but I had to. I saw it and I was like, I need to pick it up.
oh
It's
yeah, definitely.
it's beautiful.
So, um, a couple other things, vertical wise, that you coming through, and things are so data driven as far as what the fans want to see. Um, and hopefully it will open up greater. But what would you like to see, coming forward? I know a lot of people say that they want to do more comedy driven things, but I personally not only would like to see comedy, but I would also like to see a lot of more action based things or superhero based things, kind of like, I don't know, a James Bond or a certain superhero type show. What do you think you would like to see?
I would love to see a mix of both of those. I think it could be a great resource for comedy. I think the way it's set up is just really easy to do comedy. You can hit those little, like every episode, you could hit beat, this beat,
Oh,
this
yeah.
beat, this beat, and then next episode, this beat, this beat, this beat. And it's just, you get your own little bits within every single episode. And I feel like it would be really easy to carry in to the next thing. And then with action, yeah, actually, I've thought about it a lot because I've also started writing an action vertical script, and throughout thinking about it, it's tough because of the frame. I feel you just don't get that wider scope that you would get. So upon like writing one, I find it really tricky to get everything into the frame, like physically just fit it in. But I would love to see both of those. I think they could work really well.
I think with this is more and more of it progresses, there's the possibility to get more and more different shots and different things, as each thing is more experimented on and expanded. So I don't see where that wouldn't be a possibility in the future. And I do know that several people that I have talked to in the past are working on things like comedy and different comedy strips and things like that. So one thing I'm very curious about, and I do ask this to some guests, and some guests I don't. With the way, like I was saying, that it's data driven, there is so much right now in the system that seems to be a lot of violence and different things, and some kind of degrading to the couple in general, whether it's male, female, or whatever. And I tend to call those red flag roles. Would you turn down a red flag role, if you thought it was a little bit overly extreme, or would you still accept it? And if you turned it down, do you think that would hamper or hinder anything with your career moving forward, that people aren't going to look at you because he's not going to do that?
I would definitely turn those rules down. I have turned those rules down. I've been approached and I've politely declined. It's not for me, and it's not the type of story I want to tell. And I don't think that is a hindrance on anything. I don't think it should be. I'm all for stepping out of your comfort zone to try a role, but if it's just going to bring you discomfort the entire time, then I think it's totally okay to decline, and pass it off, or leave the opportunity open to someone else who is more comfortable stepping into that role and will portray it in a more comfortable way than you would. So I hope it doesn't leave a dampering on anything for anybody who turns down a role that they're uncomfortable with. But I think it's okay to.
Okay. I know of other actors in the past that have turned down roles that they personally have not felt comfortable with, whether it's having an intimate relationship with someone who is not their spouse, or just certain scenes of violence that they weren't comfortable with. And it has dampened their career early on, and it's taken them a long time to, recruit that, momentum going forward. And I was just wondering if, what your thoughts were on that. So I'm glad to hear that you would, no matter what the consequences.
Yeah. I'm open for anything. But like, truly, I will audition for anything, any type of, I just find it as a challenge for myself. But if it goes against, if I think the message it's putting out is not going to, it's going to do more hurt than good, then I'll definitely think about my decision on it more, on whether to take it or not.
Okay. You had mentioned that you were kind of trying to start writing a script for verticals. Do you see yourself working more behind the camera, and getting involved in the production and the directing and all of that, or just still doing more in front of the camera work?
I I see myself more in front of the camera long term. That's what I'd like to do. I just like performing, but I am certainly interested in directing and writing. Um, it's something that's crossed my mind a lot and something I work on when I can. Um, so if the opportunity presented itself, or I gave myself an opportunity in that way, I would do it to the best of my ability and go for it. And I think I would really enjoy it. But in terms of acting, I think acting's the main
Acting's
thing.
your main deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Marcia, I'm going to throw it to you, but I will
Okay.
want it back for some questions.
Instagram is an interesting world for me. I don't really go to Instagram a whole lot, yet I'm finding that you can discover things about people through what they choose to put up and on Instagram. So one of the things I saw was a beautiful picture of I believe you were in it because everybody's back was to the camera, but it looked like you were viewing the Northern Lights.
Hmm.
It,
Mm-hmm.
was that what was happening, and what was that experience like? Because I've never seen them.
Oh my goodness. You have to. It was that was just one of that was one of the most memorable and special experiences I've had in my life so far. I was on the set of a movie called Dark Harvest, which is a horror film that we filmed in Winnipeg back in 2021. Oh my goodness, it's been a lot, 4 years. We filmed it again. Holy, but yeah, it was Thanksgiving. It was Canadian Thanksgiving, and there were a lot of American actors on the set, and one of them invited us all to come have a dinner together, kind of as like a Thanksgiving dinner. So we all had Thanksgiving together as a cast, which was amazing. We just chatted and ate food and shared life, and it was a great time. And then someone had mentioned that the Northern Lights are out, so we were like, well, like, let's go check that. Like, let's see if we can find them. A lot of us hadn't seen them ever. So I was like, someone asked us like, where can we go? Like, we kind of got to go to a place with no light pollution. And I live close to outside of the city. Mm-hmm. So I was like, hey guys, I actually know this random dirt road we could probably go to. So me and someone else with a car drove all of us out to this random dirt road by my house. And someone was like, are you going to kill us? Like, where are you taking us? This is the middle of the night. It's a random dirt road. And I'm like, no.
You're a thriller movie to begin with.
I'm like, I live like right there. You can see my house. It's fine. This is a terrible spot to do that. But we get there and we're waiting, and it's a little bit of time. And it's like 20, 25 minutes. We see nothing. And we're almost like, hey, do we want to go home? And suddenly we see like a little bit of green in the sky. And we're like, oh, is that it? And then there's a bit more green. And we're all freaking out because it's not a lot. It's super faint. But to us, it was the first time we'd ever seen anything like that. So we're all like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then someone took a picture. It's like, guys, come over here. And on the picture, you could see them just like in the photo you're referencing. It's that illuminated. And it's just beautiful. And eventually it got to that point where we didn't need a camera and they were just looking like that. And we probably spent an hour and a half out there. And it was a special night. It was super cool.
Wow. Yeah, where I live, we just don't get that. And I've seen some photographs of people being able to experience that. And I feel through your words and your experience.
If you hear them happening and you can find a random dirt road with no light pollution, I highly encourage you to go.
I'll remember that. And I'm going to say, Logan told me to go down a random dirt road.
It worked. I'm 1 for 1. It works.
When you were talking with Liz about your love for, spy movies and anime and that kind of thing. So if you were going to just cosplay for fun, to put on a costume, what might that be? It could be for trick or treating, or it could be just for going to a sci-fi convention, or just walking around. Well, what
I,
might it be?
I have thought of this. It would probably be. I wish I had the hair. I don't have his hair, but if it would be probably like Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop.
Oh,
I would do that. I think I mean, no one has a purple suit. I would love to find a purple suit somewhere. But like that, and then just get the big hair. I just think it's so cool. I love that. But that's probably who I'd cosplay as if I had to.
so have you done a costume for? Have you just Halloween, or have you ever?
The close, the closest thing I've ever done to going. Well, okay, twice. I tend to dress up for Halloween. I love it. It's fun.
Okay.
I like going all out. This year I was Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, wow.
I had his little balloon friend. It was crazy. But one year I went to Sonic the Hedgehog and I
Oh, that's cute.
taped my shoes up to look like his, and I spray painted my hair. I was also like 15 at the time, and I went trick-or-treating with my friend, and I had no shame. I was having a blast. And then another time I went as like a really homemade, decked out like Doctor Strange costume, which is probably
Nice.
the most detailed costume I've ever had.
Nice.
Yeah.
So have you ever been to a sci-fi convention or anything like that? Or
Yeah. I've been to Comic-Con a couple times.
which Comic-Con in San Diego?
No, in Winnipeg.
Oh,
We've had
okay.
Comic-Con a couple times, and I've gone twice. Yeah. I love it. I think it's super cool.
So when you do go, what panels do you tend to attend? Or
I've never really attended a panel. I just kind of
Yeah.
walk around. I love the vibe. I'm a big nerd, huge geek. I love everything about all of it. And so I just walk around. I buy too much.
feel the energy?
I feel the energy. I feel like everybody just like wants to be there. There's no one at Comic-Con who's just like happens to be there. And you're like, well, I don't belong. Everybody belongs at Comic-Con. You're just like, we all want to be there.
I love that.
And I love that vibe. And I walk around and I buy too many posters and knickknacks, and it's great.
All three of us are major geeks and nerds, so
Yep.
we've all done the Comic-Con thing.
That's awesome. I love it.
Excellent. You're among your people, so welcome.
Yes, you are.
Thank you for having me.
So if you are feeling down and you want to watch, you need to watch a movie that brings you up, or what might that be?
I have a couple. It depends on how I'm feeling. Of late, Bullet Train. I've watched Bullet Train a lot. I think it's just so well done and so fun. I've seen. I'll watch like Pirates of the Caribbean. That one's really good. I love getting into that. And then Hercules. Hercules is really fun. Like
which
the
Hercules?
animated,
Yeah, which Hercules?
Disney
one?
Disney animated Hercules. Hold up, I have
Oh God, that was great. That was so
I
great.
got it on Blu-ray, like right here.
You're ready. You got everything there.
Now here's the thing. Can you sing the songs?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not going to make you do it on air, but
Thank you so much. That's what But you catch me at a karaoke and I may be belting it.
Karaoke fun. Okay. And I've heard that you kind of like older movies, some with some like maybe Gene Kelly musicals, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my mom loves those movies. So a lot of the time she loves her birthday. She treats her birthday with a lot of what's the right word? I don't want to say. Yeah, gusto. I'll say gusto. She treats it with a lot of gusto. So when whenever it's her birthday, she usually picks an old movie and we watch it as a family. And so we did that a lot when I was growing up. And I've seen Singing in the Rain. I've probably seen the most of like those older Gene Kelly movies. Like American in Paris is great. Oh my goodness, the dancing in that is unreal. Guys and Dolls, good movie. I watched Casablanca with her a few months ago for the first time. It's just like she's shown me the classics. But I mean, she showed me, what was like one of the first movies she showed me? One of the first movies she showed me was like The Princess Bride. And ever since then, I was like, whatever that genre is,
that's it.
Give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that. I want to make that. That's perfect.
Gene Kelly is my favorite dancer on screen of all time. He had a natural, inviting talent that was effortless. It was effortless.
Yes, he's just such a performer. He is the performer. Like one of the performers where it's just like that man can entertain.
Yes.
It's in his blood.
Yes. One of the musicals that people tend to not watch of his, but it's called The Pirate, and he was in that with Judy Garland. And so that might be a movie that you might want to check out because it's all about him.
I will definitely check it out.
And one more question. Nowadays, like say 5 years ago, auditions were done mostly in person. You went in, you got your size, you went to a place and did a thing. Have you ever done that for a feature or a vertical, or is that all gone now?
Never for a vertical. Verticals have all been self-tapes. But in Winnipeg, from what I'm aware and have been told, they are currently the only in-person auditioning place that is in Canada that regularly still auditions in person.
Really?
Yeah. Good casting director Carmen Kotek still regularly auditions in person. So I grew up auditioning for her just in the room constantly. And there's things I love about performing in the room, and there's things I love about performing at home. At home, I can watch it over. I can do it 4 or 5 times. But that pressure's gone. That little bit of anxiety you get that makes you maybe do something a little bit extra is gone, I feel. And when you're in person and you only get that 1 or 2 chance, you're like, this is all I got. Show them what you have. And that little bit of anxiety or stress that you have just really, I feel, propels an audition. So I was very fortunate to grow up in a place that was strictly in person.
That is very, very unusual these days. And I too feel that that's fortunate for you. You get to vibe off of the people that are in the room. And although, as you said, there are pluses and minuses to each one. So you really, do you have a preference, or are you?
Nowadays I gravitate towards a self-tape. You asked me 2-3 years ago, I probably would have said in person.
The other one.
But now, self-tape, I think.
Yeah, and that's not only the future; it's now. So I thought maybe it might swing back the other way once, COVID was over and that. But I think that people find that they can see more people.
Oh yeah,
they can have more choices. And you have more choices too.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just easier for everybody. And there's not that I've talked about it with a few people. It's just like it's really nice when you have it in person. You go in and you greet them and you kind of get to show off your personality a little bit. And there's that time taken, and it's you, instead of doing a self-tape for half an hour or however long you spend on it, you have that 5 minutes of interaction with the casting director, the director, the readers, whoever's there. But as director watching self-tapes is just so quick. It's just like, boom, you don't have that interaction. You watch the scene, you watch the slate, you go to the next. You watch the scene, watch the slate, go to the next. So that little interaction of saying hi just doesn't exist, and it just saves a ton of time, I've heard.
You can use that Logan sparkling personality to...
Exactly. And, I try to show that in a slate, but it's just not the same.
So one last question before we're probably getting ready to close, but we know that you like Fruit Loops. But what would be another choice for a comfort food when you're hungry and you want to fix something, and what would you go for if you could have it?
Oh man,
Probably Fruit Loops with milk.
Oh no! See, I'm in a low percentage of people who eat their cereal without milk.
Okay.
It's great snack
I eat
food.
it all without milk. So there is a scene in Christmas in Midnight Clear where I'm drinking it with milk, and that was, I said I do everything, I do anything. So that was me.
But it wasn't fun.
It wasn't bad. It was made in a way that I enjoyed it for the time that I had it. But my comfort food?
Yeah, what's your comfort food?
Right now, I would probably say like steamed pork buns.
Ooh, yes.
If I could get some there's a lot of like Filipino delis where I grew up, and they always had steamed pork buns, and I ate a lot. And wherever I can find them out here, I'll pick them up. If I'm on a grocery run and I see them, they're in the cart. They're coming with me. So that's probably my comfort food right now.
Cool. Okay, either Michael or Liz.
Go to Liz, yeah.
Thank you for spending time with us, Logan.
Yeah, thank you.
A couple quick things. Just something you might want to discuss with your mom, since it is getting close to the holiday season. And I already said I'm a huge holiday fan. You might want to have her sit down and watch Holiday Inn. It's got Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire in it, which are two of my favorite actors. And it was done, I believe, in around 1942. Just before White Christmas came out.
I feel like I've watched that. I feel like that's one of the ones.
It has a great amount of humor in it. It has a great amount of humor and gorgeous dancing.
Yes, I feel she would have definitely watched it. She's seen way more of those movies than I have. But I feel like I've watched that with her. Yeah. Definitely White Christmas. Definitely seen White Christmas.
Yeah.
That movie's awesome.
That movie's a staple.
Yeah. That's a watch every year.
There's a scene, if you watched it, there's a scene in it you would remember where he's so bored, and he homemakes these preserves, and he gives them to his two friends that he was, in dancing business with, and they all explode. The lids all pop off. And that's one of the funniest scenes in the whole thing.
Maybe I haven't watched it then, because I don't remember that. I'll give it a watch this Christmas. Holiday Inn.
You should. Yeah.
I'll give it a look.
Good. Speaking of different things like that, where would you, if you had the chance, where would you like to film or to travel to that you haven't been? And I have a feeling I might have an idea with what you just said was a comfort food.
To film, I would love to film anything really in Europe. Central Europe. I would love to get anywhere in Central Europe and film around that type of architecture, or a place like the UK, the United Kingdom, Ireland, Scotland. I would love to film there. Just the landscape is beautiful. The architecture is beautiful. And I love that vibe. It has a very fantasy Celtic vibe, and I love it. And I feel like any work I did there would just be unbelievably grounded. And I would love it a lot.
So kind of almost between a fantasy and a period piece type thing.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. Yeah.
I would love it.
And this is the question that I asked you earlier, and I had you think of, who do you think is the ultimate GOAT in golfing?
I think it's Jack Nicklaus.
Thank
I
you.
do.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
do. Tiger is phenomenal. He changed the game.
Yes, yes.
He changed the game, but so did Jack. So
A
did the
lot.
Golden Bear.
Yeah, a lot of people had that, before Tiger came on the scene, a lot of people were having the debate between him and Palmer. And I'm like, no, I mean, Jack wound up, what is it, 73 in the top 10, for the majors. And Palmer only came in, was it 30 something, if I remember correctly?
Yeah.
So yeah. And here
He
comes Tiger, and he's getting up there, but Tiger's only got 15 major wins that I know of here lately, and Jack still, pulled in 18. So
Yeah, and
I'm very proud of
that's
you to
never
say
going to be
Jack.
beaten.
Yeah.
That's never going to be beaten. And
No,
it's
it's not.
just, if you want to look at it, you look there. It's
Yeah.
he's clutch and he's unbeatable. And look at who he played against. You got to look at who he played against also. He was playing
Oh yeah.
against all the greats that we talk about. And Tiger had some years there, not to take anything away from Tiger Woods. He is,
Oh yeah.
in my opinion, the second best golfer of all time. But he had some years there where he was playing against Phil Mickelson.
Yeah.
And Phil Mickelson. And that's what it felt like. But
yeah,
that's just my take. That's my take. I think Jack Nicklaus is the best of all time.
I'm lucky in one aspect. I have the age to have actually watched them play, when they were playing. Unfortunately, you're a little bit younger, so you just get to see like the film reels and things. But,
Yeah.
it is so cool that you have geared into that respect for it. You have watched Tiger come up and everything. And I have seen Tiger's son start golfing in it. And he has a lot of his father's, same drive and different things. I would not be surprised if we don't see him coming up here really shortly making his own name.
Yeah, Charlie is a mirror for sure of his dad.
Yeah. So, and speaking of golf, you had mentioned on something that I heard that there's a chance that you might think about getting back into it.
That's always a thought for me. I love it. I practice it constantly. This was the least amount of golf I've ever played in a year was this year. And it was just because I was so busy traveling for verticals, which I'm not upset about in the slightest. Wouldn't trade it for the world, but I think I played 4 or 5 rounds only this year. And I'm used to playing about 35 plus rounds a year and putting a lot of hours into my summer playing golf. So I would love to compete in like local tournaments out here and go try it again and see what I could do. Cause I have gotten even better from when I was practicing a lot. So I would love to put my foot back in it.
It'd be kind of cool. And also, at least here we have in California, we have celebrity sports, tournaments, especially in Lake Tahoe. I have a lot of friends that actually come up and golf for the celebrity golf tournaments with a lot of different actors and people that actually are coming in from the golfing world as well. And it would be kind of cool to hopefully see one day you maybe, step your foot into something like a celebrity golf tournament, moving forward.
Yeah. If that day ever comes, it's an immediate yes for me. And that's a dream come true. I would love to do that.
That'd be so fun. So anyways, I did want to say again, thank you so much, for taking time with us and talking with us. And, I hope to see more of you. I know right now a lot of things are kind of on hold because of certain things that are going on within your contracts and different things regarding the Christmas movie and what Canada does allow and does not allow for verticals right now with that. So hopefully all that'll get straightened out really shortly, and we'll see a lot more verticals and a lot more work in general coming from you. So.
I hope so as well. And yeah, thank you guys for the time. I really appreciate you having me on.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
There's one thing I've been thinking about lately as far as roles, and I don't know whether you watched Attack on Titan at all. You would really be good as one of them, and I don't know how they would make it with all the Titans and whatnot, but I would like to see you in something like that.
I feel like they tried. I feel like there is a live action Attack on Titan that was made in like 2013,
Really?
and it was
Not good.
Might be right.
not talked about. I won't comment on how good it is, but it's not.
But
It's not
now
popular.
they could do it a lot better,
I
I
think so.
think.
Yeah.
And there's so many lively characters in there to play, and
Yeah.
because they've done Last Airbender, and you'd be good in that too.
Oh yeah.
But that I could see you.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I love that series. So if there's any adaptations for any of that, I would want to be a part of it 100% in any
Mhm.
capacity.
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
thank you again.
Yeah, one quick thing I've got to ask you, and this was burning in the back of my mind for a while, is you say you're a superhero fan, DC or Marvel? I knew that question was going to come up.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Marvel. 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 I'm named after Wolverine. I kind of have to say Marvel. So it's inherent, but I do love that universe so much, and it's I grew up on it. I grew up on the Infinity Saga of
Oh yeah.
those movies coming out. I watched the Winter Soldier 4 times a year. Like it's
Same here.
it's
It is probably one of the best movies done.
oh yeah, best superhero movie, one of the best superhero movies ever. Yeah. Marvel's just part of my life, so I'll have to say Marvel.
Good boy. All right,
Well,
Michael.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of an offshoot of I think what Liz asked you.
Mhm.
But where have you traveled to film either verticals or horizontals or commercials? Where have you traveled? Do you have a list in your mind of where you have gone to do some of these things?
Yeah, it's not a long list, so I got it. I got it.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I hope the list is so long one day that I have trouble remembering. But I've traveled to Toronto to film. I've traveled to Vancouver to film, and then I have filmed in Winnipeg, where I grew up. And then there's a city about 2 hours west of Winnipeg called Brandon, which I filmed in as well.
so you have not filmed outside of Canada?
I have not. I have
Yet.
not yet.
Ooh, you got a lot to explore.
You do.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I thought maybe you'd been to the United States once, but you haven't.
Not for film. I've been many a times out just on holiday, but no, never to film.
But never to film yet.
Never to film.
Hope
Maybe
people are listening. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'd love to. I'd love to.
And I was going to say, because I said the next one that some of the vertical people get to go to is China.
Yes.
Would you like to go to China?
Oh yes. Oh, it's a beautiful country. I would. And there's so much culture there. I don't know how much time I'd get to explore. From what I hear, it's a very busy time.
Yes. That's what we've heard too.
So I probably wouldn't get much time to explore the city, but to film in it and be a part of that culture for a little bit would be so exciting. I would 100% go. I've heard of people going to Turkey as well to film something.
Yes.
I would go
Mhm.
to Turkey. I would go anywhere. I'm young. I'll travel.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's
I'm
good.
open to whatever.
Well, is there anything that you wanted to say, any projects or release that you know that you're coming out that you wanted to say before we sign off, or have we covered pretty much all the craziness?
You've covered pretty much all the craziness. I guess check out Christmas and Midnight Clear for a little
Yes.
holiday movie. It's a joyous, fun time. And it'll get you in the spirit. It'll get you in the spirit for sure.
And it'll make you want to eat Fruit Loops, right?
Yes, it will.
Yes.
This is not a Fruit Loop plug, but it will make you want to eat Fruit Loops because I eat a lot of them.
Yes, you do. I didn't realize that until Marcia brought that up. And I go, wait a minute. He really did eat a lot of Fruit Loops.
I was a hungry guy. We were trying to make it a running bit and just have me do it throughout the entire film. But there's a lot of outside shots that I'm in, and that would be kind of odd, just me with a bowl. I guess I could have had it in like a baggie, but the moments were sentimental. It may have ruined it with the crunching.
Well, it might have. It might have. Well, we did have one like on Facebook, Roger Noriega. Thank you, Roger, for giving us a like. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
We're gonna go ahead and sign off right now, but Logan, so happy you came.
Yes.
So happy you came. We'd love to have you back again. If you just want to talk Marvel or anything else, anything else with us, we're game. But our audience out there didn't have many people. They're watching, but they weren't saying anything. But hope you enjoyed our podcast. People that are watching it after we're live,
thank you.
Give us a like, subscribe, like, and follow us, and so you won't miss any of our guests that we have on the network. So everyone, take care. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Logan.